Hey guys, and welcome to my charm update number 6. Today I have loads of charms to show you. Some of them, like a couple of them, I actually made a few months ago already, but I just never got around to put them in another one of my charm updates, and the others are fairly recent. So let's just get started because this will probably be a little long, and I kind of don't want to ramble too much like I'm actually kind of doing now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start showing you guys the charms. The first charm that I have for you is this rainbow, and I actually showed this on my Instagram when I made it, and it was actually probably already around April or May, and I love how the colors turned out. They're pastel, it's a pastel rainbow, and I really love it, and it actually came out pretty clean given the size of it. I have yet to wear it, but I would really love to because I really love the colors. This other one is even older. It's actually, I made it into a keychain, which was my original idea. And it's supposed to be peanut butter, but I think the color is too dark, but it came out really shiny compared to other charms that I have, and I think it's really cute. I have not used it because I'm a little afraid of using keychains. They get yanked around, and you know, I carry them in my purse and stuff, and I don't want to like hurt the charms, so I don't want to break anything, so I just don't really use it. But I really love the little jar of peanut butter. This other one is one of my most recent ones, and it actually is, it's super simple. I tried to make the shape of a gemstone. It didn't really work out. The lines aren't very they're not very sharp, so to speak, and I have black polymer clay, but I used Perlax, and it's supposed to shift from red to blue. It doesn't really, it's just blue, but I really love the color though, so I'm planning on making more of these charms probably with a new mold that I have, so maybe I'll do it, maybe not, but I kind of like the way this turned out. These next ones are all Oreo cookie charms, and I think this one is my favorite, although I wish the lines were a little better, because you can obviously see that they're not very well done, but I really like it. The back isn't the prettiest either, and this middle, it was actually made with translucent red, but I added too much white, normal white, so it didn't stay translucent. This is just supposed to be a more realistic one. I think the color turned out pretty nice. And then this one is a mix of the gemstone clay colors, the three that I prefer, which are the ice quartz, the rose quartz, and the citron quartz or something. So it's the yellow basically, and I really like how that one is either, so I made these three when I first got my mold. Then this one is probably the oldest charm actually that I have. It's a little ghost. It glows in the dark. You can kind of see it, just you can't really see it well. Oh well. So it's just got the little two eyes, and well, it's really cute. I really like it. I've made a few more of these, some in pastel colors, but I just really love the one that glows in the dark. Next I have actually two charms, and they're kind of a remake. So this is the one that I made first, and this was a few months ago, and it's a little paint palette. I saw some people make them on Instagram, and I decided to make my own. But I was like, not gonna add a face, so it actually didn't turn out so cute. And then about a month or two ago, I remade it, and I did put a face on it. I shaded it, which I hadn't done on the other one. The colors are more pastel, and I just really love the color and the overall look of the charm. So you can see both of them, you know, there's definitely an improvement. Next, and I'm not sure if I had shown these toasts before. This is like the ones that I have available on my Etsy shop. I don't make the ones with the faces because I feel like I want this charm to be a little more realistic. So I've got I've got a few of these listed on my shop, but when I made them, I also made this one with the face, and I mean, I really like how it turned out, but the mold is indeed very textured, so I don't really like the face on it. But yep, here they are. Next I have this little crab, and I love it so much. I'm not really good at making animals, at least I don't think so. I just never know, you know, proportions and stuff are sometimes complicated. This one was inspired by this charming stuff. I will link her Instagram below, and she also has a YouTube channel, so I'll link that as well. But I really like how it turned out. He's so cute, and I love the face, and it's just plain red, so I didn't mix any colors, and I really like it. The next thing I have is this little kawaii backpack. So I made this around a month ago probably, so it was back to school. Actually, back to school is this week here in Portugal, but everyone started making charms for it and talking about it on Crafty, Amino, and on Instagram like 2 months ago, like in August, which is really crazy for me. So I decided to make this little backpack, and I really like it. It's just plain mint, and this is actually glittery white here, but you can't really see it. It's okay though. I really love that one. Then I made this little turnip or radish. I don't really know the difference. I just know they look cute with a face on them. So it's really simple. I don't really like this top green part, but it's okay because I like the face. The eyes are really cute. And this one was inspired by Polymer Clay, and I will also leave his links below. He actually has a tutorial on them, so yeah. And then I made this cute little carrot, and I really like this one because it's just different from things that I make usually, I think. And I actually shaded here the bottom a little bit, but you can't really see it. Oops. You can't really notice it, I think. It maybe looks a little darker, but I wish it was more, you know, just so it looked a little bit more realistic, and it's textured all around, and that's what it looks like. Then I made this, I'm sorry, I think I have a bit of my allergy is kicking in, so sorry about that. So I have this little half slice of watermelon, and I really like it. It has a face, and it has little seeds in it, and I think I cut it pretty evenly. I just really like it. So yeah. And then I also have this kawaii moon, and this is like the ones that I have on my Etsy shop, but this one is actually tinier. I was under the impression that the amount of clay was less than what I had used for the other one, so I was all happy doing it until I noticed that it was turning out way smaller than the others. So yeah, this is how it turned out. It's actually the rose quartz clay from Fimo, the gemstone effect one. But it looks almost white. It's really pretty though. In person it looks way better, I can tell you. And then I'm going to show you the charms that I've made more recently, and actually I got Fimo liquid quite recently only, and so I've been experimenting with more realistic food because it allows you to do that way better. So I mean, the bottom of this cake is horrible but I really like the color of the icing, and I cut a little slice of it. I should have let it rest for a little bit because as you can see it goes under a little bit, and the icing was too liquidy, and that's why it's all around here in the base. But I put shavings on top, which I really like. I like how they look, and the texture isn't so bad. So overall I really like how it turned out. So yeah. Then also to try the Fimo liquid clay, I made these two little sugar cookies, and I put micro marbles on them, but the micro marbles bled so much, especially these dark blue ones. I mean, I thought it was going to look really cute, and then they just bled all over the clay. So I'm gonna have to use lighter colors next time, or just make my own macro marbles out of polymer clay, which is probably the smartest idea. Then again, still to try the female clay, I made these toasts with Nutella or chocolate spread or whatever you want to call it. And it's just really simple. I made 2 more and I wanted to add them to my shop, but I still haven't done it. I don't know if I should or not, because I feel like they could look better. And if you think I should put them on there, just let me know in the comments. And one last thing I made that day when I first tried the female liquid, sorry, was this donut, and it's just covered in chocolate, and it's pretty simple. It looks really chubby, which I really like. So there you go. Then still with the leftover watermelon from that little kawaii slice that I showed before, I made these 2 earrings. Really like it. I really like them. I posted them on Crafty Amino, and I got over 700 likes, which was just crazy because they got on the featured page. But they're so simple, I really could not believe it that so many people liked them. And this is what they look like. I've been wearing them. I've worn them a few times. And now I'm going to show you the charms that I made this past weekend, and some of them are Halloween related and others not so much. So I'm going to start with the Halloween ones, and I made these 2 little cookies that are little ghosts. The eyes on this one are so much bigger than the others. It's actually the one I prefer, but I was like totally not looking at the other one, and so they came out super different. I really like them though. They look super cute. Then I made them actually because I got leftover orange icing from these cupcakes. I have these listed on my Etsy store, so you should go check them out. They have the green base, they have the little cute face, and they have a little spider on the icing, on the frosting, or whatever you call it. So yeah, here they are. They have gold findings. I love using gold findings. And here are all of them. Oops. I'm sorry. And I made this one for myself. And the only difference is that this one has a black base. I was kind of experimenting. I wanted a purple base, but the purples I mixed they didn't look so great. So I made that one, and this is one of the purples I made. So as you can see, I don't think it matches the orange that well. And this was also to not waste any of the icing that I had already done. So this is just like a gooey frosting icing on the cake, on the cupcake, I'm sorry. And one last cupcake is actually a Christmas one. I'm already experimenting because I want to sell a few of them on my Etsy store. I'm actually pretty happy with this. I would probably make the gold a little lighter. I don't know, just so it would make a better contrast with the red on the base, but I really like it. And maybe I should do a base with the gold and maybe green. Also, the green is too dark. I added too much black pastel onto it, but I really like how it turned out. So yeah, I'm gonna list something, well, more towards Christmas, so like in November, I'm gonna list something that is pretty similar to this to my Etsy, but you will see it when the time comes. Next I have these 3 slices of pumpkin pie. I think the color is probably too dark, but I actually really like how they turned out shape-wise, except for this one. This was the rest of the clay that I had, so I just made a really quick one. I didn't even shade it or texture it really. Only the little whipped cream here. I suppose it's whipped cream because I've never had pumpkin pie. I don't really like pies, and I don't really like pumpkins, so all I had as inspiration are all the posts of everyone who's ever made a pumpkin pie slice out of polymer clay, which is a lot of people. I really like how the whipped cream came out though. It looks super cute. And I did texture these and shaded them, so that's what they look like. And I'm going to wear this one. That's why it already has a jump ring. Next, I made another pie, and again, I would never eat this in real life. And this is supposed to be cherry pie. I was inspired by the Tony Ellison tutorial. I'll leave it down below. I'll leave the link down below. And I mean, the liquid clay kind of went where it shouldn't, but I just really love like that it's kind of like overflowing and wants to get out of the slice. So I actually really like it, and this is I've already worn this because I really like it. Next, and because I had leftover cherries, I just made this quick little pie, and I'm thinking of turning it into a ring maybe. So it's really simple. I just shaded it a little bit, textured it, and it's got the cherries, and it's pretty much it. Then another thing I've wanted to try for a really long time were cereals. So I made polymer clay to resemble milk with the liquid Fimo and just some Cocoa Puffs, or I don't know, you know, there's so many variations. And this is a bit of a head pin, and it's supposed to be the spoon, so that's just a little bowl of cereal. And the last charms are these two, and I'm going to list these on my Etsy. They are super cute. So these are just two cookies, and they have a little bit of icing and some chocolate shavings. And I mean, they look super cute. I really love the chocolate on top of the mint icing, and the blush is really dark, but I actually really like it. Then I made two more bowls, and I still have not decided what I'm going to do with these. This one I actually kind of broke it because I made the little holes afterwards, so they already have the pins inside. I just have to decide what I'm going to do with them. Probably more cereal. And because I want to try and make realistic food, I made these little plates, and I made one with a hole already so that I just have to put a jump ring on it. And I really like how they turned out. I followed a tutorial, so I'm going to leave the link down below. I checked out a couple more tutorials besides that one, but that was the one that I kind of followed more strictly. And last, I'm just going to show you, because I also got the opal clay from Primo a month ago or so. I just want to show you that I made. This is a pair of earrings because I didn't know what else to turn them into. And it's a really complicated clay to work with, to be honest. When it's baked, you think it's all pretty, and then you go and the glitter, which is super big, is sticking out of it, and it's kind of frustrating, so I had to like clip some out and cut some bits of others. But yeah, so you can see the glitter. I mean, it shines, it's really pretty, but it's kind of a nightmare to work with and to finish off, you know. So yeah, so these are all the charms that I had to show you, and it's been 18 minutes. I'm so sorry about that. I knew it was going to be long. But yeah, so I hope you liked it, and if you have any suggestions, I'm so sorry, the tripod just did a thing. So these are the charms, and if you have any suggestions for other charms that I should make that you would like to see, and for me to show in another charm update in the future, you should leave a comment below, and please go check out my Instagram, maybe even subscribe to my YouTube channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.